Manchester City didn't have it all their own away as they confirmed their place in the semi-final of the Champions League with a draw at Bayern Munich. Manchester City made it through to the Champions League semi-finals after a 1-1 draw at Bayern Munich on Wednesday. But despite the 4-1 aggregate scoreline, the evening didn't go entirely to plan for Pep Guardiola's side, with Erling Haaland missing a penalty, as well as an injury concern for a key defender. Haaland's second-half goal was cancelled out by a late Joshua Kimmich penalty as Express Sport looks at what we learned from the match at the Allianz Arena. Haaland reaction worrying. Haaland may have scored his 48th goal of the season for City, but he did prove that he is human after all. He was given a golden opportunity to put the tie beyond doubt in the 38th minute, even earlier than he ended up doing. But the Norwegian fired his penalty straight and high above Jan Sommer's goal. Haaland was made to wait a couple of minutes as VAR checked the handball decision against Dayot Upamecano before Bayern star Leon Goretzka entered the 18-yard area to remove an object thrown from the home crowd. Rather worryingly for City, Haaland, usually the coolest person in the stadium, appeared to be visibly bothered by the miss. He knew how big that goal would have been, although it didn't end up being costly for his side. It was his first penalty miss in 16 attempts, dating back to April 2021. Perhaps it will now be in his head when City are next awarded a spot kick. Could that potentially play a part in the title race at a crucial point in the final few weeks of the season? Arsenal will be hoping so. Haaland did get his customary goal just before the hour mark to seal City's route to the semi-final. But the 22-year-old showed a weakness from 12 yards that no one thought he had. Grealish red-faced. Grealish has been in his best form in a City shirt of late. He is one of the first names on the team sheet for Guardiola after building a fine relationship with Haaland. But the England international was not on top of his game at the Allianz. It was another left-sided player who stood out. Kingsley Coman, the player who has won nearly every trophy going, was a regular source of threat. The Frenchman also operated at times from the right, switching with former City winger Leroy Sane. You can see why Coman has been so successful in his career and can boast previous spells at European giants Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain. City's defensive setup of four centre-backs was often run-ragged by Bayern, especially in the first half, and Coman was at the heart of it. Grealish, meanwhile, struggled to get into the game at the other end. He wasn't the only City player to suffer that fate, but ultimately it was the visitors who had the last laugh on their way to the last four of the competition. Ake blow. Nathan Ake limped off with what appeared to be a hamstring injury midway through the second half. The Dutchman has become a key player for Guardiola in recent months. Ake has made the left-back position his own since João Cancelo left on loan in January. City will be hoping he is fit to play Arsenal next Wednesday, but he surely will be a doubt for that crucial game.